In today's video, we're going to talk about how to dress for an interview for men. So if you're a man, okay, and you're getting ready to go into an interview and absolutely crush it and get the job that you're interested in, there's a certain kind of way you need to be dressed. Okay, let's talk about it. Welcome to another episode of Career Strategies. My name is Rodney Hughes, Mr. 100%, and the purpose of my channel is to teach you strategies that can help you advance your career. If that's something you're interested in learning more about, click that subscribe button, join the family, and don't forget to hit that little bell notification so that you don't miss out on any of this extremely valuable content. All right, so let's talk about it. How to dress for an interview for men. So let me tell you this. My recommendation is always to dress like a government official, okay? Dress like you're a senator, okay? Or any type of person that is in a public office type position. And the reason why I always recommend that is because you gotta think about it. Have you ever just noticed how all of them seem to dress the exact same way? Look at these group of senators right here. All of them are essentially dressed the exact same way, okay? Yeah, you see a little bit of variation when it comes to the tie, but do you notice how every single one of them is wearing a dark conservative suit? That's what you want to do when you go in for your interview, okay? I don't care what position that you're applying for, okay? If you want to impress the people that you're dealing with, dress like this, all right? And you can go online and you can just look up any picture of any government official and see how they're dressed, and if you duplicate or come close to what they're doing, you'll be just fine. Okay, now why do I recommend this? I recommend this because you got to understand that as a government official, especially when you start talking about senators and things of that nature, a lot of time these guys have access to high-end top dollar consultants that help them dress. Well, they help them with more than just dress, but one of the things that they'll help them with from time to time is dress, and how to dress to generate the highest level of credibility when they're actually running for office. See, here's the thing, okay? People, you got to understand that people think in terms of pictures, okay? So let's say if I told you to think about a pink elephant, right? You wouldn't think in terms of the letters. You wouldn't think PINKELEPHANT, right? You would think in terms of visualizing what a pink elephant would look like, okay? That's because we as human beings, we think in terms of pictures, okay? So if you don't match the type of picture that we expect, right, then things get thrown off, okay? So I'm gonna tell you a real story. I'm gonna keep it confidential, but this was a real situation that happened. I had a candidate who ended up applying, who I ended up representing for a job. The candidate had a phenomenal background, and I remember that candidate went on site for an interview, had a tremendous amount of momentum building for himself when he was going into the interview, and I tried to explain to him, hey, you want to dress like a senator, get a dark conservative suit with a conservative tie, okay? This particular candidate decided not to listen and decided to just show up to the interview how he wanted to show up. And I remember the feedback that I got from the hiring professional was, Rodney, I really like this guy. I think he's a rock star from a skill perspective, but he said when I went down to meet him for his interview, when I came around the corner and saw him, I thought that he was a worker at one of our plants, the way that he was dressed. He didn't seem to be dressed for an interview for a high level position like the one that he had applied for. And he was like, even though I think he has a great background, this role is going to be representing, is going to be working cross-functionally throughout our organization, interacting with our clients, and so on and so forth. And he just missed the part. He missed the mark. He doesn't have the presence that we're looking for. Okay. And this was a real thing. This was real. Now, here's the thing. I couldn't share that with that particular candidate. Okay. I just couldn't. Okay. And companies don't want to share this type of feedback a lot of times because they're trying to avoid lawsuits and things of that nature. Okay. But this guy doesn't even realize that he messed it up for himself because of how he was dressed. Okay. So I want you to understand this. When you go in for your interview, you're not dressing just for the job that's immediately in front of you, right? You need to be dressing for where you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years. Now, even if you don't see yourself moving up in the ranks and so on and so forth, you need to dress like this, dress like a government official, because at the very least, it is going to improve your odds of having a favorable type of thought process about you regarding how you're dressed. See, as soon as somebody lays eyes on you, I tell people this when I prep them for an interview. As soon as a hiring decision maker lays eyes on you, they're going to make a decision on either a conscious or a subconscious level about you as a candidate. Okay. See, here's what I said this in a previous video, but I'm just going to say it again. You have to understand that companies are at an extreme disadvantage when it comes to hiring people. Okay, they're being tasked with hiring somebody who's going to make a significant impact in their business. It doesn't matter whether it's a entry level role or whether it's the CEO. Okay, when they're tasked with hiring someone, it is a super important decision. But they only have 3 data points to go off of. Data point number 1 is, what do you say about yourself? Right, like what do you write on your resume? Okay. Data point number 2, what do you do? What do you do when you're going through the interview process? How well do you actually interview, right? How well do you speak in your interview? How well are you dressed in your interview? What are the things you do during the course of the actual interview? And then data point number 3 is, what do other people have to say about you? Okay. Reference checks, background checks, things of that nature. Okay. And that's it. That's literally it. Okay. It's kind of scary if you own your own, if you own a business and you're looking to hire people. You'll understand exactly what I'm talking about if you ever end up owning your own business and you're tasked with trying to hire some people to solve problems for you. Okay, you're going to see you're at a huge disadvantage, right? And that's why, as a candidate, you need to understand that, and you want to do everything possible to improve your odds of having a favorable exchange, right? Because your goal should be to get people to a place of certainty. Okay. And the way that you do it, right? One of the ways that you do it is how you dress. Okay. Because again, as soon as they turn that corner and they lay their eyes on you, before they even say hello, welcome, I'm glad you made it out, whatever they say, they've already made a decision. Okay. Now if you're not dressed the best, it doesn't necessarily mean that they won't, give you a shot, but you have definitely not done yourself a favor and created some momentum for yourself. Okay. So why even risk it? Right. And listen, I believe in this so much. There have been times when I've been on my last dollar, right? And I have actually gone into debt and spent money that I did not have in order to get a nice conservative suit, because I knew how important it was, right? So you got to understand this. If you apply for a job, right, you're essentially, if you get the job, you're getting thousands of dollars. You'll have the opportunity to make thousands of dollars, right? Go to a store, buy you an inexpensive suit. I'm not saying you got to get a Brooks Brothers suit, right? But go out, get you a suit, okay, a conservative suit, spend the money, all right, invest in yourself, and watch how it pays dividends, okay? It doesn't guarantee you're going to get the job, by the way, right? But it definitely improves your odds, okay? Listen, I hope you got great value out of this video. If you did, listen, I want to give you free access to a virtual training platform I created called Interview Prep University. If you need help finding a job, or if you have a interview coming up, whether it's a telephone interview, virtual interview, or a face-to-face interview, this is an absolute must-have resource. Okay, I'm going to literally walk you from point A all the way to point Z and show you exactly what you can do in order to exponentially improve your job interview skills. If you'd like to go ahead and get free access to it, go to my website, www.interviewprepuniversity.com. Again, www.interviewprepuniversity.com. Thanks for checking out the video. Do me a favor, like this video, comment on this video, tell me what you liked. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, join the family, and I'll be dropping content on a daily basis. All right. Thanks for checking it out. I'll see you in the next video.